For a long time now, I've been wanting to start a creative world where I slowly build it into something truly awesome to explore with thousands of builds and, well, the time has finally come. For this first video, my goal is to build for 10 hours straight and see how far we can get. So let's get to it. Here we are. We've simply got a world with the tectonic mod to get us some really cool looking biomes that don't actually add any new blocks to the game. And well, the next step is now going to be surveying the area and finding the perfect location to basically just start building. And well, I haven't really talked about what I'm planning on building, so my plan is to first start working on just an absolutely massive medieval city, and it looks like I've found a really nice plains biome to get started in. Axiom and World Edit are going to make this a lot more achievable, especially in our time frame, so once we hopefully get the village built, we can then branch out and build some more stuff. Okay, I've actually done a little bit more scouting around, and I think I've found the perfect spot, this little island right here. I know it's pretty small at the moment, but we're definitely going to be expanding this out. Alright, so first things first, I'm definitely going to want to remove all of the trees off this island, so let's go ahead and get replaced near. We're going to do 50. That's like the radius. We're going to get all of that stuff. Birch logs, birch leaves, oak logs, oak leaves. Oh, I did that wrong. Whoopsie daisy. You need to replace it with 0, which is air. There we go. Okay, I need to do it a couple more times. All right, and there is our bare bones island. Oh, there's still a tree. Get out of here, brother. I'm also going to replace all of the grass with 0 just to make things easier. Okay, so now with our bare bones island, we can now head into the Axiom editor by pressing right shift. And it is now time to expand our island and make it a little bit bigger. So honestly, I really like the shape of this area at the front here, but I think I do want to flatten off the whole island in general. So we're going to use the melt tool here, and I'm going to kind of concentrate on this top area to get it nice and flat. Okay, now we can get the old smooth tool and just kind of go back over everything and smoothen it all off. All right, now the next step is going to be getting World Edit here and just kind of fixing up this crap. All right, so my main goal with this island was to expand the overall size, but keep the general shape along with smoothing it off overall. At first, I was kind of doing this with World Edit, selecting areas and filling or deleting them until I found out about another tool in Axiom, the elevation tool, which was like exactly what I needed. Yeah, dude, this tool literally is exactly what I needed. Look at this. Like, if I want everything to be at this level, bang, there you go. Fill that in. Oh my god, dude. If I want it to be at this level, bang. Look at that. Oh, I can't believe I didn't find that out sooner. But freaking hell, there is our island so far, looking good. I mean, this probably isn't going to be the final shape. I will do some more tweaking throughout the video. But now we actually have a surface to work on and actually start building out our house designs. So yeah, it is time to get started building our houses and figuring out the block palette and all of that good stuff. Let's get bloody well to it. I ended up deciding on going with a pretty standard design for a medieval house, with the first floor made out of stone and the second one with wood pillars and a lighter wall material. I ended up settling on diorite and polished diorite. For the roof, a trim of spruce, and the rest with textured deep slate tiles and bricks always looks good for medieval houses. After adding some dormers and a big stinking chimney, I continued adding the rest of the details like a window design, an entrance to the bottom floor, cleaning up the staircase, and adding some finer details and texture throughout. You know, doing all this kind of stuff on a server rather than single player makes life a whole lot easier with the help of plugins like my favorite, Essentials X, that lets you set warps to builds. And well, this video's sponsor, Wise Hosting, is here to make setting up a server a whole lot easier. Simply choose a package, the location you want the server hosted from, choose between Java or Bedrock along with some optional extras, and that's it. You're also easily able to switch versions, add mods, or even mod packs super quick and easily with Wise Hosting's game panel. Every server is hosted on powerful hardware to ensure a smooth and lag-free experience, and it all comes at some very competitive prices. And any issues can be solved with Wise Hosting's 24/7 customer support. Wise Hosting is also hosting a holiday giveaway with a PlayStation 5 Pro, Steam Deck OLED, and a Meta Quest all up for grabs, with 1 GB of RAM equaling 10 tickets, meaning you'll get 30 tickets with even the lowest server configuration, so be sure to visit Wise Hosting and use my code DISRUPTIVE to save 25% off your first month. Alright, back to the video. Alright, so there is our first house design. I'm going to be eventually making a bunch of different variations of this, you know, like L shapes, all kinds of stuff. But I do just want to get this base house design pretty much like ironed out. So I've gotten all of the exterior done. Dude, I'm super happy with this little like nook in here under the stairs. It's so cute. I'm happy with like the window designs and all of the details and stuff that we've got added throughout here. However, what we don't have is the interior. I definitely want to get like a bit of an interior in here. The first thing I want to do is get our little furnace thing in here there set up, and then maybe just some iron bars in front like that, and there's our little furnace smelting thingamajig. Now, what I think I will actually do for this house is get some rooms added throughout. There we go, so something like that. So we have these separated little rooms, and I think in here we'll definitely add in, ooh, actually no, we'll make the bedroom out here. I think that's gonna be a lot nicer. All right, so there's our bedroom added in. In this room, I don't really know what I wanna do. Maybe like some storage or something, just some extra barrels and chests. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm happy with that. Now out here, I reckon could be our kitchen. All right, and there we have it. There's our little kitchen, and that pretty much completes our first little floor up here. Now let's head down to the bottom floor, and I don't really know what I want to do down here, to be honest. Might just kind of make this like a working area or something like that. Just like a place to tinker with shit, I guess. I don't really know. All right, and there it is. There is our completed little downstairs work area interior thing done, and that pretty much marks this first house design completed. Now the cool thing that we can do with Axiom is actually grab out the box select tool and select this entire house, and then we can copy it, and now I can go ahead and save this as a blueprint. There we go. I forgot what the command was, but it's Control P. There we go, and we can call this house 1. Now if I want to paste this house again, I can just go up here and select the house, press Control V, and there it is. It's back in the world, and I can just paste this wherever the hell I want. I can rotate it as well, which is just so good and handy, man. And yeah, so that's basically what I'm going to do to place these houses around, and all I need to do now is just start creating a bunch more different variations with this design. So yeah, commence the bloody time lapse. All right, so for the first house variation, I simply just extended it out so it would be slightly larger than the first one. I also reoriented the staircase to change it up a bit more. For the next one, I went with a bit of an L shape, and most of the time here was spent just simply fixing up the house. And for the final variant, I went with a bit of a merchant setup with plenty of tables set up on the ground floor with a wool cover as well. Now for the specialty houses, starting with the blacksmith. I ended up going with a pretty different design for the house here just to get it standing out from the rest. I also made sure to add plenty of details along with a big old furnace just to make it clear that this is a blacksmith. Now for the tailor building, I decided on adding this protrusion to the roof. I don't really know what it's for, but I also added an outside area with plenty of hanging clothes and fabric and some little workstations. With that done, I moved on to the butcher, of which I decided on building as a sort of compound containing 2 buildings surrounded by walls. I had heaps of fun decorating this one, especially in this building, which was the butchering area, I guess. Now, with all our buildings being fairly large, I decided on expanding the island a bit more, along with changing up the landscape. I decided on having the land slope towards the ocean instead of the other way, and also added some more features to the land as well. I felt this area would benefit from a tiny little rock cliff as well, so I made sure to add one in. Alright, so there is our brand new island, and all of our different house designs completed, looking awesome. I've also got all of our houses added up here in my little blueprints thing, so I can easily just paste them in, and I'm going to showcase to you how quick and easy it's actually going to be to build this island. So we need to kind of plan out where all of these houses are going to be, and I feel like having houses kind of along this shorefront here is going to be really good, and then we can kind of have our specialty kind of workplace houses maybe like up along this second row. I'm not entirely sure, brother. Let's just start freaking pasting in some houses, okay? Let's get our original one. We'll paste him in right there. Now the annoying thing is this whole island is kind of diagonally oriented, so it's going to be a little bit of a pain in the ass to position some of these. That's okay. We'll figure it out. We'll work around it. So there we go. There's our first house added in. And well, the process is pretty much going to be as simple as that. I'm just going to keep choosing different house designs. I'm going to paste it, rotate it, make sure it's in a nice spot, and just kind of position it exactly where I want it. I'll probably just populate the rest of this with some houses, so just give me a second. Okay, so there is our first couple of houses added in, and this is already looking awesome. And yeah, something I can't really seem to kind of encapsulate in my survival villages is having the houses nice and densely packed and close together. So I'm glad I can kind of get that done here. So now moving on to the next step for this area, which is going to be connecting all of our houses together with a pathway. And well, to make that process a whole lot quicker, Axiom has a path tool here. And so to use this, all we need to do is just simply click, and we can literally just place points around and just create a pathway literally that easily. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how actually like good this tool is, man. It's like this would have taken so long. The cool thing is you can literally go back to other points to kind of smoothen out the path. You can like move them up or down if you want to as well. And then we can just press enter to confirm it. And there we go. We have that pathway added in. Dude, I don't know what I was doing with my life before the Axiom mod existed, but freaking hell, man. It's crazy good. So we can simply link up the blacksmith there like that. And then we can just come around this way with a nice little bit of a curve in the path, and bang, link that that house up too. My favorite part about having these densely packed houses is we get these sort of like alleyways created with these paths like this. And dude, I'm so excited to add some details in here. Like, dude, oh, it's gonna be awesome. And there we have it. So that's pretty much this entire first area linked up. We'll probably have the pathway come over this way, and I'll add some like slabs and stuff there. But yeah, that is looking really good so far, dude. I'm pretty happy with that. And yeah, so what I'm gonna continue doing now is just, well, pretty much repeating that same process, placing in a bunch of houses and our special houses, and then, well, I'll get back to you guys after that time lapse. The first thing I actually did was get a bit of a wider main pathway established that runs throughout the entire island. After that, I started placing down houses as well as creating a diagonal house here, as I quickly realized I would definitely need it to fill in some gaps. I then just continued filling out the land with as many houses as I could fit into the island, along with connecting them all up to the existing pathways. Okay, and there is most of the buildings placed in for our city here, which is looking, dude, so good. I'm so happy with this. Obviously, we're nowhere near done yet. We still have a bunch of details we got to add in throughout here. But the next thing I actually want to try doing is building some walls, and I have a pretty interesting technique that, well, hopefully should work. So the first thing I'm going to do is just build a small little chunk of the walls here, and I'm just going to try and get a height figured out that I'm happy with. Now what we can do, well, hopefully is, well, select this with the box tool. I'm going to copy it, and then what we should be able to do is with the path tool, we can set the block here to custom clipboard, and then we should be able to just draw walls on like so. And dude, look at that. How good is that? Now we can easily just draw walls around this entire city like that. That's actually nuts. So I'm going to get rid of that okay. Well, there we go. Okay, and now what I'm going to start doing is just, well, adding walls around everywhere. I've also decided I want this area here to be like a bit of a harbor of sorts. So I'm going to start the walls probably about here. I do want to leave like some sand on the outside of this, which I think will look really cool. Yeah, now I'm just going to go around and add walls in around this entire freaking thing. So just give me a bloody second. All right, and well, there is our wall surrounding the entire island, and that is looking pretty cool. We're definitely gonna need some like kind of tower things in like kind of different little areas. So what I might do next is actually build like a bit of a tower. So I want this thing to be predominantly out of stone bricks. I'm also going to make it quite big. I definitely want it to be a little bit bigger than the width of the walls here, which is about 3 blocks. All right, well, as for the typical castle kind of top, I mean, that's the most classic design you can get there. So let's just get this pasted around and see how it looks. Yeah, it's pretty good. We definitely do need some like details kind of in the middle here, and then we can simply copy this and paste it around every side. And then we of course do need an entrance in here too, so we can just get one added in nice and simply like that. Now this whole thing being made out of stone bricks definitely does look kind of weird, so I think we need to add like a bit of texture into this. Let's try that. Yeah, that looks good. That's definitely like a nice kind of castle vibe to it. All right, and there we go. There is our little tower to sprinkle around the walls. What I'm going to do now is just copy this. There's our tower selected. We're going to copy, and then we're going to save it as tower. Now let's just start placing this around on all of the walls. Oh, of course I frickin' forgot the floor, god damn it. Oh well, that's fine. So there's the first one added in. Let's paste another one over yonder. Bang. Yeah, that looks sweet. Okay. So what I might do is just paste this along every kind of like, I don't know, that many blocks. And just kind of add them in around the entire thing, just to give the wall a little bit of like structure, I guess. All right, and there we go. Our wall now has a lot more structure to it and is looking great. I think now what it's time to do is get to work on this harbor area and kind of figure out exactly what I want to do. So I took a big chunk out of the land with the elevation tool and filled it out with some big blocks of stone. I made sure to elevate it 1 block higher than the water and also added in 3 different docks. I added some walls around the edges, some details, and a big crane in the middle too. I added a bit of a storage area to the left and connected the main path on top of the hill to the harbor as well. Some boats were definitely in order, so I built 2, and then back at the harbor I decided on switching the docks over to spruce slabs instead. All right, and there is our harbor all done, looking awesome. And dude, our entire town / island city is coming along so good. This is a look with the ortho camera mod. Dude, this thing is looking awesome. We're definitely lacking in a lot of details though. We literally just have plain stinking old fields in between these houses. So I think what it's time to do, probably the most time consuming part, is go through every single inch of this city, add in plenty of trees, maybe some farmland, some barrels and chests and all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, let's get straight back to the building. All right, first order of business was getting plenty of trees sprinkled throughout the city using the forest tool from World Edit. I then began focusing on this area on top of the hill, adding in a small crop field and plenty of other random details like a log pile, barrel pile, and bushes. I would then use Axiom again to select each one of these details and save them as a blueprint to get a bit of an asset library of which I could use to easily paste those details around everywhere instead of having to build them by hand every time. So I just continued pasting all those different details everywhere, building up a bit of a market district along with building a diagonal market stall too. Okay, and that is pretty much our island city done. Well, I don't really want to say done because I feel like I'm going to keep coming back and forth to this and just adding and changing stuff around, but it's pretty much done for now. Like, I've gotten so many details added throughout here, I'm pretty happy with it. And so that leads us onto the next thing, which is going to be building some bridges to actually connect this to the mainland. Well, obviously right now this is actually just connected, but I do want to kind of remove this land and build a bridge in between here, and then also figure out what I'm going to do over on this side as well, because right now this just goes into like an underwater cave thing, which just looks kind of weird. So I think what I might actually do here is use the elevation tool to kind of flatten all of this area off. Yeah, this is going to be kind of hard. Okay, different plan. I'm just deleting this entire freaking thing. See you later, dickhead. I'm in a bit of a pickle with this area. I don't really know like what to do here to connect this up. I might just make like maybe some giant like pathway up into the mountains and fill all of this water in here with grass instead. I think that might be the best option here. Let's go set 2. There's our big rectangle of grass. And then we can use the elevation tool again to kind of to screw everything up pretty much. I'm also trying to figure out how this tool works, the slope tool. So like create a slope and then you can like kind of draw it around. I don't know, it's really weird, but it's cool. Like, look at how cool that is. So I can easily kind of connect this back up to the mountain here and kind of rebuild that. Yeah, that's looking pretty nice. Well, kind of weird, but we can go back over that with the smooth tool to just kind of refine it. Never mind, I like it like that. Okay, so I'm gonna try using the path tool here to kind of create a path that goes up this mountain. And yeah, I don't really know how easy this is going to be, but let's just try. Yes, it's not gonna work because it's too like steep. We need it to cut out of the mountain. I don't know if there's a way for that. No, see, it just kind of... Oh, we can even get it to use slabs and stairs for this. That's pretty cool, actually. But what I want it to do is just delete everything above. I mean, I guess we can just kind of do it like this, like have it snake up and around the mountain. I mean, that does look pretty cool as well, having like... Yeah, actually, that is pretty cool. I do like that. So instead of having it embedded in the mountain, we actually have it like above the mountain. But I don't think I really like that shape at all, actually. So what I might do is terraform this a little bit to get like a bit of a cooler shape for the path going. Okay, and there is our pathway added in. Dude, this thing turned out actually pretty cool. I'm actually really happy with this. The only annoying thing is when we turn on using stairs and slabs, it kind of adds like stairs and slabs, like, I don't know, around the edges of it, and it just adds these like weird holes and stuff everywhere. A little bit annoying to work with, but at least it's way quicker than freaking having to manually add them all along the pathway, so not the bloody end of the world, you know? But yeah, there we have it. So there's our first entrance completed and leading up over that way. I don't know where this is gonna go to, but maybe even just another village later on down the line. We even have a freaking cherry blossom biome we could extend here and make like a Japanese village in the future. So yeah, be sure to also let me know in the comments what other things you want to see in this world, because dude, I have just so many ideas, but I want to build what you guys want to see, of course. All right, and so back over on this side, I want to delete all of the land here. So let's grab the erase tool with Axiom. We're going to just select the entire area that I'm wanting to remove here. So pretty much all of that. Bang, see you later. Now let's come back in and type in / fix water. We'll just do 50. And that's going to fix all of the water up nicely. There we go. I do also just want to fix these trees up. So I'm just going to use the melt tool here to kind of, you know, fix them up. Yeah, there we go. So now we have our 2 points, and I think I'm just wanting like a nice single arched bridge like that, giving us enough room to, well, theoretically get boats all the way through down this river. I don't know, man. Eventually we'll add some stuff down there, and even back here we can add like a little port as well. Actually, that just reminds me, I found an image, and it has like these really cool like walls that connect from the island to the mainland. I don't know what they'd be for, like maybe to stop the island from like drifting off into the ocean or something. I don't freaking know, but I actually really want to add some like here, and then also here connecting to this piece of land. Okay, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's create this bloody bridge. We'll probably just do that as a real quick time lapse, starting right now. Creating this bridge was actually pretty easy. I just simply used the path tool to create one half of the arch and copied and flipped it to the other side. I added the side details by hand for 1/4 and then just did the same thing and flipped it to the other side. All right, there is our brain spanking new bridge added in and ready to continue that path off to wherever that wants to lead to, I guess. And yeah, so that pretty much marks both of the main entrances in and out of the city. The next thing I want to do is add in those walls that I talked about before. And so to do this, I'm going to basically do the exact same thing I did to make these walls in the first place. I'm going to copy just a section of this wall like that, control bloody C it. Then we'll head to path tool and we will set this to custom bloody clipboard. And now when we start drawing, we should, yes, draw those walls in nicely. So I want these to actually be a little bit lower than the existing walls just because they're kind of, I don't know, different, I guess. And actually, I want to start it from these little towers here. So we're going to start it basically just down here. And then I'm going to draw this path out to, well, where I want it to go to, I guess. Actually, I don't know if I want it to go that far because I want boats and stuff to be able to go in and out. I guess this will kind of act as like a kind of like route for the boats to go through as well. We'll do something like this. Might make this kind of lower gradually into the water as well. So just something like that for our first wall here. What I might actually do to fix this up is kind of select and then just shift them back like that. There we go. That's looking good. And then also I'll paste in one of these towers here as well. Let's paste him in right there. And I want this to be a little bit shorter, so I'm just going to drag it down into the water like that. There we go. That is looking really cool. I like how that wall just kind of extends out. And I definitely want to do the same thing here as well. But before we do that, I just want to figure out how we're going to do this side. So I might have these two connect up to the actual land. Let's grab our path tool again and we'll just draw this out. I want this to hit the bloody bottom of the water. But there we go. So that's that side connected up. I don't think I'll add a tower on this end because it might just look weird doing that. So I think we'll just leave it as walls for now. All right. And yeah, I think that is going to be perfect. That looks so cool having that connecting to the land. And now to just get this fully extended down into the water, I'm just going to use world edit here and just basically do this. Set stone. There we go. Perfect. I'll do the same thing over here real quick too. So there we go. We've got our walls over there connecting up to the land. And now I'm just going to quickly build out this one and extend it out a little bit further as well. Alright, and well, that just about marks out the 10-hour mark in this world so far. And dude, I'm so surprised at how much stuff we've managed to get done already. Here's a look with the ortho camera mod, and dude, it is insane how good this island city is looking. But yeah, once again, be sure to let me know in the comments some ideas you have for builds in this world, like what these pathways could lead over to. I definitely want to get like a big mining establishment built, and plenty more different cities as well. And if you want to watch me survive 100 days on a deserted island, be sure to check out this video right here. Also, just as a reminder, please be sure to check out Wise Hosting with the link in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.